All right, let's look at the Unit 2 Test 2 review. This is mostly over translating word problems and then solving literal equations. So we're going to start with translating the word problems. This is what your test is going to look like. It's going to be very similar to this. You're going to get some credit for writing the equation and some credit for actually finding the missing number. So you have to translate and solve. We're going to start with number 1, half the sum of. I know half is going to be multiplying by a half or dividing by 2, same thing. The sum of, that's going to be adding together a number and 12 is 30. So that's kind of what I get when I break down the problem. I need to make sure, though, I am halving the sum of x and 12, not just x and not just 12. So if I take the sum of x and 12, that's that. There we go. To half that, I have to have parentheses around it. So 1/2 that way equals 30. That is half the sum of 11, x and 12 is going to give me 30. Now, to solve that, I got two options. I could distribute the 1/2 into x and into 12, but I don't like that because that's going to give me a 1/2 x, and I prefer not to have that. So instead, I'm going to multiply by 2 to both sides. I know that 2 times 1/2 will cancel out. That's why I chose to times 2. That's opposite there. So what it leaves me with is, I'm going to write it up here, x plus 12 equals 6. And now I just have to minus 12, and you get 48 is the number. So I'll move the red out of the way. The blue is the equation, the red would be me solving. There's your answer for number 1. Number 2. How do I scroll on my mouse? There, too far. Come on. Come on. There we go. Jack's bowling score is a 120, which is 85 less than 3 times Jill's score. What is Jill's score? So, Jack had a 120. That is equal to 85 less than, that means I'm going to be subtracting 85. 85 less than 3 times x. So I'm going to say 120 equals 3x minus 85. There's my equation. Jack had a 120. Jill is going to be, well, okay, that's easy. Jack had a 120. I need to solve for x to find Jill's score. That is Jill's score there. So to solve for x, I'm going to add 85 to both sides. And 205 is equal to, that's plus 85, 3x. And I don't have a calculator, but I'm going to divide by 3 to both sides. And somebody created a terrible problem because this bowling score is not going to be a whole number. I don't know how you bowl a decimal score. 205 divided by 3 is 68.3. Again, I don't know how you bowl a decimal score, but your math teacher must have created a terrible problem here. I'm going to say 68 is Jill's score, just because it has to be a whole number. So, sorry about that. Number 3, the sum of two numbers is 207. The second number is 8 times the first. Find the two numbers. Whoa, come on. Where's the mouse? This is not scrolling very well. Not going to let me scroll. Oh, there we go. It's freezing up. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. The sum of two numbers is 207. That means I have blank plus blank is 207. The second number is 8 times the first. That means the first is going to be x. So the sum is going to add up to be 207. So x plus 8x equals 207. There's my equation. To solve it, I'm going to combine like terms on the left. X and 8x is 9x equals 207, and then just divide by 9. 207 divided by 9 is 23. That's the first number. X equals 23. The second number is 8 times the first. So if I take 23 times 8, I get 184. Okay, there we go. 6 times the sum of a number and 5 is 36. So we have 6 times, that's going to be 6 being multiplied by the sum of, again, I have that, I know that's going to be adding a number and 5. So I'm going to go ahead and say x plus 5 is going to equal 36, but I can't forget this 6 times. If I just put the 6 here, then I'm only taking 6 times x, not 6 times the sum of x and 5. I have to have the parentheses around the sum of x and 5. Now the 6 is multiplying to both numbers, not just one. So that's the proper equation. To solve that, I have two options. I could get rid of the 6 by dividing by 6. That would probably be the easier way. I'm going to assume a lot of y'all will see distribution first, which is okay. I'll do it that way this time. 6x plus 30 equals 36. Minus 30 from both sides. And you get 6x equals 6 divided by 6. And x equals 1. I think we got one more of these. The sum of three numbers is 175. So blank plus blank plus blank equals 175. The second number is triple the first, and the third is 45 more than the first. I don't know anything about the first, so that becomes x. The second number is what? Triple the first. That would be 3x. 3 times the first. 3 times x. The third is 45 more than the first. So x plus 45. There's my equation. X plus 3x plus x plus 45 equals 175. To solve that, combine all of our x's together. 1, 2, and 3 more makes 5x. I need room. 5x plus 45 equals 175. And minus 45 to both sides. That gives me, I'm going to jump down here because I'm running out of space. 5x equals 130. Divide by 5. And 130 over 5 is 26. That's my first number. The second number is 3 times the first number. So times 3 to get 78. The third one is 45 more than the first. So I'm going to take the first, add 45, and I get 71. And those are your three numbers, 26, 78, and 71. Those are translating. Make sure you can translate and solve for x. Number 6, these are now literal equations. So no translating here, just solving an equation with mostly all letters. There's a number, there's a 2 squeezed in there, but that's all right. We're solving for r. I'm going to look at r. R is being multiplied to 2 pi times 2 pi. I need to cancel out that times 2 pi. I'm going to do that by dividing by 2 pi. So the 2 pi's cancel out. R equals C over 2 pi. That is solved for R. Where's it? Scroll wheel move to the left. There we go. I was looking on the right side for it. The formula for the area of a trapezoid is A equals 1/2 B1 plus B2 times H. Solve the equation for H. Okay, CH, I see it's got a 1/2 over here multiplied to a B1 plus B2 being multiplied to H. That's all multiplication. I have 1/2 times this times that. So I don't need to worry about the plus in the middle, the addition. I don't like this 1/2. I'm going to get rid of that by times 2 first of all. The 1/2 is easy to cancel out because you just double to make it balance out to 1, I guess, to make it cancel out. So 2a equals b1 plus b2 times h. So think to yourself, what is happening to h in this equation? H right here is being multiplied. It's being multiplied by b1 plus b2. If I want to unmultiply, I divide by b1 plus b2. If I do it to the right, I got to do it to the left. So these cancel out. I'm left with h equals 2a over b1 plus b2. And I solved for h. Number 8, solve the following equation for b. There we go. Solve for b. Here's my b. What is happening to b? I see that it is being added to mx. All I need to undo is that plus mx. If I minus mx to both sides, mx's go away. B is the only thing left. B equals y minus mx. There's an easy one. Number 9. Solve the following equation for y. So, here's my y. It is being multiplied by b, and then being added with ax. That's a time. Times b, and then plus ax. I want to undo the plus ax first. I'm going to do that by subtracting ax. So, minus ax to the left, minus ax to the right, by equals c minus ax. So I have eliminated that. Now I want to unmultiply the b. I do that by dividing by b. Good. Divided by b. There we go. Divide by b on the left, divide by b on the right. B's over here cancel out, and y equals c minus ax over b. Last one, number 10. Solve the following equation for g. So, what is happening to g here? See, it's being added to f, and then being divided by 3. I want to undo the bottom first. So I'm going to undo divided by 3 by multiplying by 3. So, times 3 on the left, times 3 on the right. 3's cancel out. 3y equals f plus g. Eliminated that. Now this plus f, I want to get rid of the f that is added. I need to subtract by f. So minus f to both sides. F's go away. G equals 3y minus f. There we go. And that is your completed review. Under 15 minutes. Test is going to be tomorrow. Good luck.